valued by the royal family, nobility, and wealthy members of society. Today, experts categorize Chinese ceramics in three distinct ways. They are by the temperature they were fired at, the locations of the materials used to make them, and the era during which they were made. Do I need to repeat that? No? Alright, let's look at heat first. Some ceramics are high fired, made at high temperatures, while others are low fired or made at lower temperatures. Based on the temperature and the type of materials used, there are three main types of ceramics: earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. Earthenware is fired at lower temperatures than the other two types. It's also more porous. Stoneware and porcelain are fired at higher temperatures, but stoneware isn't very porous.
Okay, what is this part about? This part is about how to categorize Chinese ceramics. Okay, there are three ways, and one was the temperature they are fired at, and second is the location of the materials used to make them, and the era during which they were made. Okay, and this part is specifically talking about the temperature at which they are fired. Okay, and based on the temperature, there are earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. Earthenware is fired at a lower temperature than the other two, and it's porous, while stoneware and porcelain are fired at a higher temperature, but not very porous. Okay. Today, experts categorize Chinese ceramics in three distinct ways. Experts. What's an expert? Expert is a person who is very skilled at doing something, or who knows a lot about a subject is an expert. Okay. Experts categorize. What does categorize mean? It means divide by groups. Okay. By categorize Chinese ceramics in three distinct ways. What does that mean, distinct? Distinct means it's different among the same kind. Okay, being different so that you can recognize it. They are by the temperature they were fired at, the locations of the materials used to make them, and the era during which they were made. They are by the temperature they were fired at. The location, what is location? Location means the place, okay? If you locate something, you find the place, okay? Or put it somewhere. The locations of the materials used to make them, and the era during which they were made. Era, what's a era? Era is a period of time in history, or a long period of time during which something happened. Okay? During which they were made. What does during mean? During means at the period of something, alright? Do I need to repeat that? No. Alright, let's look at the heat first. What is heat? Heat is the warmth, alright? Or the quality of being hot. Some ceramics are fired made at high temperatures, while others are low fired or made at lower temperatures. While others, what does that mean, while? You use while when you want to talk about something that contrasts what you have just said, alright? Or made at lower temperatures. Based on the temperature and the type of materials used, there are three main types of ceramics: earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. Based on the temperature. What does based on mean? If something is based on another, that something develops from the something else. Okay? If A is based on B, A develops from B. Do you understand? And the type of materials used. There are three main types of ceramics: earthenware, stoneware, porcelain. Okay. Earthenware is fired at lower temperatures than the other two types. It's also more porous. What does porous mean? Porous means having a lot of small holes, okay? Having a lot of small holes. And through which air and water can pass through, all right? Stoneware and porcelain are fired at higher temperatures, but stoneware isn't very porous. Let's go move on to the next part.
The region of China from which the ceramic comes is also important. As I mentioned, all ceramics come from clay, but there are many types of clay. For instance, clay with large amounts of kaolin is used to make porcelain. Kaolin, just so you know, is a whitish substance that can be mined. China's geography is roughly divided by the area between the Yellow and Yangtze rivers. They split the country into northern and southern divisions. Thus, art historians define Chinese ceramics as being either northern Chinese or southern Chinese.
Okay, what is this part about? This part is about the locations of the materials used to make the ceramics. Ceramics come from clay, and there are many kinds. And for example, there's porcelain. No, I mean kaolin, which is used to make porcelain. Kaolin is a kind of clay to make porcelain. Okay. China is roughly divided into two areas with um, between the Yellow and Yangtze rivers. Okay. And they split the country to northern part and the southern part. Okay. The region of China from which the ceramic comes is also important. The region, what is region? Region is a large area of land, okay, having a specific feature. From which the ceramic comes is also important. As I mentioned, what does that mean? Mention means talk about something shortly, okay? All ceramics come from clay, but there are many types of clay. What is a type? Type is a kind, all right? It's a group of things having the same features. For instance, clay with large amounts of kaolin is used to make porcelain. Clay, for instance, what does that mean? For instance means for example, all right? Instance is example or something, the case of something happening. Clay with large amounts of kaolin. What's kaolin? Kaolin is a fine white type of clay that is used to make porcelain or bone china or some medicine, okay? Kaolin is used to make porcelain. Kaolin, just so you know, is a whitish substance that can be mined. Kaolin, just so you know. What does that mean? Just so you know. That means I am saying this just for you to know, okay? Just so you know, kaolin is a whitish substance that can be mined. Whitish. What does ish mean? Ish means the case is something to a small extent, okay? So whitish means a little white. Whitish substance. What's a substance? Substance is a solid or a powder or a liquid or a gas, okay? Something of that kind of state is a substance, okay? A whitish substance that can be mined. What does mine mean? Mine means to get something, okay, from by digging a deep hole or a tunnel, okay. It's getting minerals. Mining is getting minerals from the ground, like diamonds, coals, gold, okay, by digging a deep hole or a tunnel. China's geography is roughly divided by the area between the Yellow and Yangtze rivers. China's geography. What is geography? Geography is the feature of the surface of the earth of a certain area. Do you understand? So the features such as mountains, rivers, towns, streets, okay? Geography. Geo means the earth, okay? Is roughly divided by the area between the Yellow and Yangtze rivers. Yellow and Yangtze rivers, where is that? They are the two famous rivers in China, okay? Yellow River is somewhere here, okay? And Yangtze River is somewhere here, okay? And it divides China, okay? South of it and the north of it, okay? So let's see the Yellow River. Let's find the Yellow River. Where is it? Here, right? So it begins here, okay? Yellow River. Get that? It's very, very long. If you continue on going, it goes all the way, okay? And the Yangtze River, you have to know this river too, starts from here and goes this way. See? Shanghai, Yangtze River. Okay? If you follow this river too, it's going all the way. It's very, very long. Okay? Yangtze River. So it goes all the way inwards the country. They split the country into northern and southern divisions. They split the country. What does split mean? Split means to divide. Northern and southern divisions. What does division mean? Division is something that is divided. Okay? Thus, art historians define Chinese ceramics as being either Northern Chinese or Southern Chinese. Thus, what does that mean, thus? Thus means, if you use thus, you're going to talk about the consequence or result of something, alright? So, thus and therefore is the same, and it's a formal form of so. So, thus means so. So, the art historians, historian is a person who studies or offers their opinion about history, okay? Historians define, what does define mean? Define means say the meaning definitely, clearly. Say the meaning clearly. Chinese ceramics as being either Northern Chinese or Southern Chinese. Let's move on.